guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have a couple more single serving recipes to share with you, but today we're using the little bitty slow cooker. I've got my baby crock pot here. It is the perfect size, and we're gonna make some tasty food for one. All right, if you're new around here, my name is Claire. Come on in, make yourself comfortable. I do a whole lot of single serving recipes over here on this channel, so if you like that kind of thing, be sure to hit subscribe. And now, I know I always get comments of people not understanding why. Why would you do a single serving in a slow cooker? Why not make 20 servings and put it in your freezer? And I just have to tell you, if you don't want to do that, then don't do it, okay? I'm not the boss of you. Make 20 servings and put it in your freezer, it's fine. Just open your mind to why someone would maybe just want one, okay? Maybe you live in a camper, you're camping. Maybe you live in a dorm room. Maybe you're in assisted living. Maybe you don't have a huge freezer. Maybe your stove is broke. I don't know. There are so many reasons. So if it doesn't make sense to you, then it doesn't need to, okay? It'll make sense to the people it makes sense for. I love my tiny slow cooker. This is a Crock Pot brand, because someone always asks this too. It's a Crock Pot brand one, and it is 2 quarts. It's little. It's a great little size. I will link it down below, but you don't have to have this exact one. Go to the thrift store, go to a garage sale. You can get one that's bigger. It's not the end of the world. All right, now that all the little chit chat admin is out of the way, into these recipes. I've got 2 for you today. The first is a very delicious, like deconstructed lasagna soup. And the second one is a really tasty chicken recipe that only has a few ingredients and is pretty affordable and fast to put together. So with that, let's get into these great recipes. All right, I know this is a lot of ingredients, but this is a simple recipe, so don't let the amount of things I've got here worry you. So we're starting with pasta. I just have this pen rigate, so like whatever pasta you want. You could even use like crushed up lasagna noodles, would make a lot of sense in this context, but it doesn't matter. Whatever pasta you have laying around is the one you should use. I've also got some minced garlic. I like buying it in the jar because I'm lazy. We've got a can of tomato sauce. We're gonna use just a little bit of an onion, but if you don't wanna cut up an onion, you don't wanna go buy an onion, you can also just throw some like onion powder in. That'll be okay too. As far as cheese goes, we've got parmesan and ricotta. We've got some frozen meatballs. We have some spinach, which is also frozen. You don't need to use frozen spinach. That's just what I do when I get it on sale, because are you kidding me? I only spent 72 cents on this bag. For seasonings, we have, of course, Italian seasoning and salt and pepper. So let's do it. So because our meatballs are pre-cooked, they're just frozen, and because our pasta really just needs to get tender, this isn't going to take very long. It's only gonna be about 3 hours on low, so that's really great. It's gonna be fast. But I did want to note, when it comes to cooking pasta in your slow cooker, I think it works better on low than on high. When you cook it on high, they get mushy really fast. We don't want mushy noodles, okay? So, you know, do with that what you will. This is absolutely the cutest crock pot that's ever existed. I'm so obsessed with it. Okay, we're gonna add our pasta first. I'm gonna use half a cup of pasta. Now I'm gonna add my water, and I'm gonna do twice the amount of water as I did pasta. 2 to 1. So we're gonna do 1 cup of water. Now I'm going to add my whole can of tomato sauce. This is an 8-ounce can. Alternatively, if you are looking through your cupboard and you don't have any tomato sauce and you like a chunkier vibe, you could use a can of crushed tomatoes, probably just half of a can. You could also, in a pinch, use ketchup. Also, you can use tomato paste mixed with water. That will also work. As far as our garlic, which we affectionately call it in my house, I'm gonna do a teaspoon. As far as our Italian seasoning goes, a heaping teaspoon of that. I'm gonna throw in a few shakes of pepper and just a nice pinch of salt. Now for our spinach, I'm not really gonna measure this. Honestly, I find that spinach like this does not really add a ton of flavor. Hold on. You gotta get that stem out of there, okay? I will not be eating that. It's an easy way to add just a little bit more nutrition by throwing in a handful of spinach in things. I do it all the time. As far as this onion goes, I'm gonna cut like a little less than half of this onion. But you can put as much or as little onion as you want in there. I am mincing this quite small because I do want them to cook. And because this doesn't take that long in the slow cooker, I don't want any like big chunks. All right, in the pot. Now I'm going to add some ricotta cheese. I love cooking with ricotta. First of all, it's very affordable. Second of all, it's tasty. Third of all, this has 5 grams of protein in 1/4 cup. So if you like a pasta dish, but you're worried about getting that protein in, ricotta will do ya. All right, I'm just gonna give this a little stir now. And of course, if meatballs aren't your vibe, you can just cook it like this and it will be totally fine. You can totally make this meatless. You could also use a meatless meatball if you wanted to. And of course, you just add the amount of meatballs that you're hungry for. I'm gonna put 5 in. No, I'm gonna put 4 in. What's the serving size? Serving size is 6. What do I do? I don't know. I'll put 5. Okay. I'm glad we could talk through that together. All right, put our lid on. Switch it over to low, and it's gonna take about 3 hours. All right, you guys, it has been just over 3 hours and our lasagna style soup is ready to eat. Thank goodness. It smells amazing, you guys. And just to really give you a good view, it is nice and thick. I love that it is like a creamy soup without using any cream because we used the ricotta instead. And our final topping, we're just gonna throw a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top. Now, also I was thinking as I'm plating this up, if you were doubting that that small amount of pasta was going to be enough for 1 serving, this is a very hefty serving. It's so good. I really do love it because it has all the best sort of lasagna flavors without all the work, because man, lasagnas are so time consuming. This is way better, way easier. All right, you guys, new day, new recipe. And today we are making like a barbecue chicken sandwich, but we're not using barbecue sauce. We're using a special ingredient, Dr. Pepper. And you may have seen a recipe like this in the past. I know my mom made a sort of version of it when I was a kid in our slow cooker. She called it chicken coca, and it was with Coke. However, I think Dr. Pepper is superior in this situation, but you could use Coke, use what you got laying around. Unless it's like Sprite, because I think that would be kind of weird, but I don't know, give it a try and let us know how it worked. Anyway, I'm going to be having this for my lunch today. A little side note for you, it is Teacher Appreciation Week. I am a mother, I have 2 children. I'm also on the board at the PTO at my kids' school, so it's a busy week. We are out there appreciating our teachers. So just a little shout out if you are a teacher, if you are a former educator, if you're in school to become one, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for all that you do, have done, are going to do in the future. We love our teachers over here in the Risper household, but it does mean I'm quite busy, and this is the perfect way to have my lunch started cooking while I run up to the school and get all the things done I gotta get done today. So with that, let's throw this together. It's only a few ingredients, and it's gonna take hardly any time to put together in our little crock pot, so let's do it. All right, I have chosen boneless, skinless chicken thighs. This is not a surprise. If you follow me over here, I find this to be my favorite cut of chicken. You could use a different cut. It's okay, use a breast, use a tender. I think these are perfect, but I'm just gonna use one. I'm also going to use just like a tablespoon of some of this red onion, but this is optional if you don't have an onion on hand or you don't wanna cut up an onion just for that small of an amount. Just throw in some dried onions or some onion powder or skip it all together. It will still turn out good. And you could use a different variety of onion as well. Use what you got. That's always the best deal. Just a little bit. Perfect. And now, since I don't want to dirty a bowl, I'm just going to mix our little sauce right here in our little slow cooker. You are going to need 1/4 cup of ketchup. And we're going to go ahead and also add 1/4 cup of Dr. Pepper. And of course, if you wanted to scale this up and make that whole pack of chicken, you could. We have a whole bottle of this soda to work with. However, I'm just gonna drink this later. It's gonna be a little treatski. Going to add my little onion. I never measure Worcestershire sauce. I measure it by shake. I'm like, okay, What was that, like 3 shakes? 3 shakes of Worcestershire. Just gonna give this a little stir. All right, here we have just 1 thigh. I did get the last time that I cooked with a chicken thigh, someone asked me if I like to cut the fat off. And my answer is no, because I like my food to taste good. And I think that if you have food that has no fat in it, it does not satisfy you. It doesn't satisfy me. And now we're just gonna put it on in there. And I'm just gonna like cover it a little. Cover with the sauce just a bit. There we go. That's all. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and plug her on in. And it's set to low. I'm gonna cook it on low. It takes about 3 to 4 hours for a singular, like thinner piece of chicken on low, okay? If you wanna cook it on high, it's gonna cut it down to about 2 hours, especially because we're just doing one, and it's not a super thick piece of chicken. Obviously, if you need to use a thermometer for your own peace of mind to make sure that it gets up to 165 so that it's nice and safe, go for it. I am going to leave it for about, the things I have to do, it's gonna take like 3.5 hours for me to go to the school and do the bits. So I'm hoping it'll be done when I get here, but we'll see and I'll let you know. All right, you guys, I'm home and I am ready for some lunch. I'm super hungry. It smells really good. I am gonna take the temperature just in case, just to make sure it's completely done, but it looks good to me. And this did go for 3.5 hours. All right, we're good. It temped out perfectly. I'm going to be serving my little chicken sandwich on a little brioche bun here. All righty, there she is. All of the onions are nice and tender. And if you want, I'm partial to, you know, kind of a sloppy sandwich here. Moisten the other side of your bun with some of that juice. And I think like some slaw would be really good on this, but I don't have any, so I'm just gonna eat it just like this. Work with what you got. I'm gonna eat this just with a pear on the side, and this is definitely gonna fill me up for right now. Doesn't look that inspiring on this plate. But you know, add a bag of chips or something else if you need more food, but this will be fine for me. Actually, I feel like we need a picture of the cross section for the thumbnail. Okay, here we go. Look at that nice little Sammy. Perfectly cooked. The weather here in Michigan is finally getting great, so I'm gonna eat outside. I usually eat outside anytime that I can. It's so good. I know Dr. Pepper is a weird thing to make meat with, but there's a lot of flavors in the Dr. Pepper. It's like sweet and like almost a little bit like fruity, kind of, you know what I mean? It's got the cola undertones, all the bits. It tastes really good. You guys should try this. Even if you think it's weird, you should give it a try. All right, you guys, those were my tiny slow cooker recipes. I hope you enjoyed them. Huge shout out to our little baby 2-quart crock pot here, who is incredible and gets the job done. Again, I will leave a link to this one down below if you want, but no pressure. Of course, leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. What do you make in your tiny crock pot? What would you like me to make in the tiny crock pot? If you have a specific like flavor profile or dish that you would like to see reduced into a single serving, let me know, because I'm always experimenting with that. And also, you should experiment too. If either of my recipes today you thought, oh, I would change this, I would change that, do it. Let me inspire you to get in your kitchen with your tiny crock pot and make flavors that you love. Thank you guys, of course, for watching. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!